Hey besties, welcome back to the channel. Happy Friday. It is a beautiful Friday out, so the weather is warm, but I mean, I'm getting used to that at this point here in the Lou and in Missouri. So I wanted to give you guys kind of a reading update about where I'm at in the Magical Readathon and kind of what's going on and what letters I've gotten, what classes I have finished, all of that joyful stuff. So first things first, I did end up with my O in Alchemy. So that was my Ordinary in Alchemy with A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. It is the first in a series, and this is an amazing series. If you haven't read it, please do. It's got magic, it's got different worlds, it's got attractive young men. So I highly suggest you pick it up. And V.E. Schwab is one of my favorite authors, and this just made me so happy, and I've already gotten my hands on the second one, which I will be reading in September for something that is yet to be announced to you guys. So there's that. And then I also did get my Ordinary and Elemental Studies. I'm going to put it here because I don't have it anymore because it was a library book. So I did The Girl from Earth's End, finished it. Ordinary and Elemental Studies, done. It was a good 4-star read. It was a very sweet story. It's middle grade. It follows a girl who just wants to save her father's life, and so she ends up leaving the home that she's from to travel to a school to work on like gardening and to find the specific seed. And so it has a lot of earthy elements to it. So that was actually really cool. On top of having the prompt be that earth has to be in the title, it had a lot of earthy elements too. Lots of garden talk, lots of plant talk, talk about trees, talk about nature. It was really good. It was really cute. If you like middle grade books, I would suggest picking it up. And then I also switched up my TBR just a little bit so that I could read You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. I read that in 2 days instead of reading Down Among the Sticks and Bones. So this will go towards my, technically, it is the distinguished for animal studies, but I am just kind of saying it's going towards my distinguished in animal studies. So that is that. It was really good. It was campy. It was spooky. It was slasher. It would make a fantastic movie. I'm just saying. So it follows a group of kids that is working at this camp whose job it is to literally scare the mess out of the people that pay to come to this camp. It's like a terror camp or a scare camp. And it's one of those attractions where the people can put their hands on you, they can tie you up, they can do all these things, and they pay for this experience. And it happens to be held at a camp where kids have gone missing. And it also happens at a camp that it filmed a slasher film. So that's another reason it correlates really well, right? So it was really, really good, really campy. I really enjoyed it. I highly suggest picking it up if you're in the mood for spook, or if that's kind of your cup of tea. It's a delight. And again, it was a library book, so I've already returned it. So currently, I am reading When Women Were Dragons. I am less than 100 pages in, but man, I'm in love with this book. I'm also in love with this bookmark. Do you see it? It's a little mushroom. Oh, it's so cute. Anyway, so I'm in love with this book. It's very female empowering even already. And it's definitely an interesting look in the way that life used to be. Even though now women still struggle with equality with men, we all know that it was worse way before. And this is kind of looking into that. There's this whole thing between her dad and her mom, where basically her mom was a genius. Her mom excelled in math. She went to school for like statistics and all of this kind of stuff. And dad's basically like, what a waste. It could have gone to a guy. Makes my tummy turn just a little bit. So it is really good. It is also pretty funny. Like there are moments where I'm like, heh, heh. I am tabbing it. As you can see, I'm doing like things that make me angry, some foreshadowing that I'm seeing, and then really just lines that I really like that stick out to me and kind of mean a little something something. So it is really good. I highly suggest it. it talks about this mass dragoning that happened in 1955. 1955, a mass dragoning event where women turned into dragons and disappeared, but nobody's talking about it anymore. And they're turning it into something that it wasn't. And there's no really evidence as to why it happened, but as you read the book, you kind of are figuring out what is going on. So it is really good. I am really enjoying it. This is going towards my dragon license. This one and Fourth Wing will go towards my dragon license. And then tomorrow, Saturday, we're doing a watch along of How to Train Your Dragon. So then that will also be something off my list because I have to watch How to Train Your Dragon for my dragon's license. So it works. And I'm also going to pick up on my Kindle, but I'm just not in the mood for like an actual book. I'm gonna read Divine Rivals. So I've already gotten my O in restoration because I started You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight before bed, and that was the ordinary for restoration. And so now I am going to be reading Divine Rivals to get my Q, which is basically every time I pick up this book, I need to pick it up in a different location. So I will be, whenever I pick this book up, I will be moving around my house. That'll be interesting to try to film for you. I'll just say that. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but that's what I'm going to do. And I am very grateful because a very sweet little fairy godmother gifted me a copy of this book onto my Kindle because I was like waiting and waiting and waiting for it at the library, and it was one of those things where it's like, do I just go out and buy it? But I'm also trying not to buy myself books right now and things of that nature. And so we're reading this as a buddy read or as a book club book too. And so it's on Kindle Unlimited, but I canceled my Kindle Unlimited subscription because I just wasn't using it. And so I didn't have access to this on Kindle Unlimited, and I was waiting for it forever at my library, and I really didn't want to have to buy it, but I wanted to make sure I got it done before the end of the month. And so unbeknownst to me, a little fairy godmother of mine sent it to my Kindle for me, which I thought was very sweet. So again, thank you to my fairy godmother. You know who you are. There's that. I'm gonna start that probably sitting on my couch here in a little bit. And then tonight we have Vacation Bible School starting up, which is a fun little for all ages thing that we do at church. I play the MC, or the hostess with the mostess is what I call myself. And then tomorrow I'm going to take the kids swimming. And then tomorrow night I'm going to chill at home. Justin is working a swing shift, so he'll go in at like 3 and he won't get off till 11. But also tomorrow, like I said, we're watching How to Train Your Dragon, and I'm very much looking forward to watching that movie again because Toothless is like my spirit animal. I love him to death, and hopefully I can get the kids to watch with me. We'll pop some popcorn, we'll hang out for a bit, it'll be good, and then I'm gonna read for most of the night, I think, because that's just what I need to do. I feel it in my bones. It's what I need to do tomorrow night. That's what I'm gonna do. Tomorrow night. I'm just gonna put my feet up and I'm gonna read because Sunday we have day 2 of VBS, and VBS always takes a lot out of me because I am not somebody that likes being the center of attention, and I am not somebody that does well public speaking. I'm okay if I'm putting on a character, but even that takes a lot out of me, and then it's just constant interaction with people and talking to people, even people I've known since I started going to that church, which was when I was in 3rd grade. So it's just this constant social situation. So it completely depletes my social battery over the course of those 2 days. So tonight and Sunday, my social battery will be completely depleted. And so I will have to recharge that social battery before my next social engagement, which luckily I don't know when that is. So looking forward to that. And so then this weekend we're also prepping to send Charlie off to school starting on Tuesday. They will be starting at a new school. They will be going to a Lutheran high school / middle school, and they're going into the 8th grade. So we've already done the information nights. I've already met all their teachers. They're all really excited. Charlie's nervous because, as I've probably stated, Charlie is trans, born female, identifies as a male, and they are just struggling because they were nervous that they weren't going to call them Charlie because Charlie is not their legal name. But all the teachers were very open, very willing. It was really, really it was nice to see. It was very nice to see. So they're nervous still for a couple of other reasons, but we're trying to get through that together. I had reached out to the school long before now to make sure that Charlie would be accepted and would be okay, and they're going to be fine. I think they're going to be fine. They actually have 2 friends that are going there too, so I think that will help in the long run. And then Cadence starts 1st grade on the 21st, so Cadence gets a whole week of me and her before she starts school. So it will be good. It will all be good. It'll all work out. It'll be fine. So that is my update for you. I really don't have a whole lot else going on at the moment. I have to, as you saw, I ran to Torrid because I had ordered a couple of things and picked those up, and then bought other things because I have no self-control. And then I went to Barnes & Noble. I took the kids to Shake Shack for lunch, and now here I am until I have to go to church later. So I'm going to read for a bit, and then, yeah, like I said, I'm going to go to church, and I probably will not check in again tonight just because I'm going to be busy, and by the time I get home, it's going to be late, and I'm not going to want to read. I'm just going to want to go to bed. I'll check in with you guys tomorrow, though. I promise. Bye! Hello friends, happy Saturday. I couldn't remember what day it was. You know, it's getting, the week is drawing through and it's definitely getting to me. I can't remember what day is what. Any which way, so today I took the kids swimming. We went to a aqua park nearby. They had a really good time, and then we I ordered like boneless wings and stuff when we got home, and I watched How to Train Your Dragon with a group of people. That is one of my favorite animated movies, because Toothless is just a wonderful, like, he's so rough around the edges and so mean in the beginning, but he comes around. So yeah, it was good. Again, I don't know why anyone would name their child Hiccup, but here we are. And otherwise, I've just kind of been doing laundry, hanging out. It's Saturday night. I don't want to go and do anything. I was out in the sun today. I'm kind of tired, so I won't be doing anything else today. And then tomorrow, like I said, we have church, so I will probably be spending the rest of my evening reading. I am currently also watching the 2nd season of Heartstopper. I watched the 1st season, I binged it, and now I'm watching season 2. I'm not sure if I'm gonna binge it, but I am really, really enjoying it. Nick and Charlie have my heart, and they are just the cutest thing. The whole story, the whole Heartstopper story is just, it's wonderful to me, and it's so relatable and so easy to understand. And poor Nick, like, it's hard when you've, you know, dated girls all your life and suddenly there's this boy that you're dating and you don't really know how to tell people, you know, it's hard. I imagine it is very hard. I wouldn't know from experience, but I imagine it would not be easy. So yeah, the rest of my night, I never actually started Divine Rivals, so maybe I'll try to get a few chapters into that tonight, and I'll start it here on the couch with my feet up, and then next time I pick it up, I'll pick it up in bed before I go to bed, and then who knows, I'll show you where I end up so that you have photographic video evidence that I am not starting this book in the same place, because that's a no-no. Every time I pick it up, I have to move around. Eventually, I'm gonna run out of places to go. I'll just have to restart. I'll just have to restart all the places. I'll just restart, go on the couch, go on my bed, go in my reading chair, my desk chair, you know. There's not that many places in my house to read, if I'm being honest. And then I did read a little bit more of this at the water park today, but then I got very, very sad because my book got very, very wet, and I don't really even know how it happened. It just got wet and it fully hasn't dried yet, but now the back is all misaligned and messed up, and it's making me unhappy, but I will cherish it while it is still in my possession. It'll be in my possession for a while, I know that. I'm gonna try and dry it. I tried hitting it with the blow dryer earlier, but dude, my blow dryer, even on low, is like crazy powerful. So I was like, this is not a good idea. It's gonna end up folding all my pages. So I'm going to maybe put it in front of a fan for a little while. We'll see. But I did not mean to get my book wet. I would never mean to get my book wet. I think my ring light is having a fit. I just keep seeing flashes of light. I got a ring light. I don't know if I actually said anything about that. Hashtag upgrade. I got a ring light along when I bought my new, to buy a new tripod because my tripod broke. So I got a tripod with a ring light with all the fancy lighting for the same price it would have been to just buy a tripod. But now, like, I can do red, oh spooky, green, Merry Christmas, you know, so blue, really ugly yellow, pink, and then it actually like rainbows through. So maybe while I'm reading Dracula and doing spooky things, we'll do the red. What do you think? Well, now it's yellow. Oh, it's cycling. There we go, bright white, like the gates of heaven have opened wide. Anyway, so I'm gonna get back to laundry and back to Heartstopper, and maybe I'm gonna read a little bit. I might finish this episode and then call it and then read for a while before I have to put, before I check the time. I'm like, what time? Before I put the young one to bed. It's gonna be a quiet night. I kind of like quiet nights, but also not so much. We'll see. We'll see how the night goes. What do you think? Maybe I'll catch up with you later if I get far enough in a book or whatnot. But I think I'm gonna start Divine Rivals here on the couch and then go from there. I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Bye. friends, happy Monday. It is Monday. I am currently sitting in the parking lot of my dental office because I have to go in and get the next portion of my teeth deep cleaned. This is now portion number 2. I have 2 more after this, and then several weeks of follow-ups and stuff of that nature to see how things are going, and then we'll go from there. But I don't like this part because I don't really like the dentist in the first place, because my least favorite type of pain is teeth pain, and I've had a baby, so that should tell you something. And this hurts. This hurts. This deep cleaning stuff hurts, but it's all right. I need it. It needs to be done. It's fine. I'll be fine. I'm like trying to make sure there's nobody in their cars. I wanted to give you a bit of an update. I made it through a pretty big chunk of When Women Were Dragons last night, so now I'm like over halfway through. I don't even know if you can see that because, you know, God's rays are shining down. Anyway, it's really good. I'm still really enjoying it. I'm curious to see how it's going to end and how things are going to play out. I'm excited. Alex is such a dynamic and interesting character. There are so many parts of this book that also just make me really, really mad. And if you've read this book, you probably know what I mean. But the dad's a joke. Alex's dad's a joke. Like, not helpful at all. And she is basically raising her cousin by herself. And it's just not, it's not ideal for an 18-year-old. And even younger than that. Like, I think she started raising her sister or her cousin on her own for when she was 15. So there's lots of this that makes me very, very mad. But I think it's an interesting, I think it's supposed to make you angry. I think it's supposed to say, wow, you know, this is, what a joke. You know, like, women's rights, what a joke. Because, you know, her dad's telling her there's no use for her going to college because she needs to get a job as a secretary and get married and become a wife and all of this kind of stuff. And you're just kind of like, wait, what? And then, you know, it's just never ending. And to the point where she's like, her name's Alexandria, but she calls herself Alex, and she writes Alex on all of these papers that she turns in anonymous. Like, she turns in these papers for like a college class and these different quizzes and stuff, and she just puts Alex at the top because she's afraid that if she put her full name, they would like not give her the same grade or not praise her the same way because she's a girl. So it's like, so when they say that this book is feminist, they ain't lying. It's very empowering at the same time. You're like, to just see what's going on and to realize that that stuff still happens in today's world. Like, there are still people out there, men and women alike, that think, you know, marriage is your only option. Getting married is like your only option as a woman. That's not your only option as a woman. Just so you know. Make better choices if that's the case. Anyway, so I am over halfway through. I'm gonna go in for my doctor's appointment. Or my dentist appointment. I am hoping to finish this up today, actually, before the end of the night. Tomorrow, Charlie starts school, so I will be getting up early in the morning, making pancakes, making sure that they're ready and stuffed and full for their day, and excited about their day, and all of that. They were pretty nervous earlier when they were like making sure they had everything in their backpack and were ready to go, and so I'm thinking I'm gonna have to probably take them to school early tomorrow so that they can make sure they know where they're going, what they're looking for, maybe so that their nerves shut down just a little bit. They will do perfectly fine. I know they will. They're too smart not to. So, all right, I'm gonna head inside. I'm gonna get this done, and then I will catch up with you guys in a bit. Bye. Hey friends, welcome back to my house. My mouth is all clean. I'm in a little bit of pain, but that's to be expected. So figured maybe you guys would want to hang out with me while I cook dinner. So I'm going to show you what I'm making, and then I'm just going to B-roll the rest of it. But I am making pepperoni, or just, I think it's just what? Baked pizza tortellini. So you make this with bagged frozen tortellini. So we have this one, and then I have these as well, because my family never knows how to finish anything. So I'll be using all of those. So frozen tortellini, pizza sauce, obviously, cheddar cheese soup, mozzarella cheese, ground sausage, and then I put pepperonis in here because I didn't want to use the whole bag. We actually use turkey pepperoni because it's a little less fatty and also less greasy. So that's what we use. We use it pretty much for everything. it doesn't really taste any different to us, so we enjoy it. But the first step to all of this is to preheat the oven and spray your casserole dish. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna brown the meat. So, all right, join me, won't you, while I make dinner. Something else that will hopefully be kid-friendly and delicious. We'll see. Oh, we'll see, right? Hey guys, how are you? Happy Tuesday. It is now 10:13 in the evening, and I'm just now updating you because y'all, it's been a day. Don't mind the sound of my dog. She's trying to put her bed together, just like I am trying to put my life together. Between it being Charlie's first day of school, stuff going on at work, my dog almost attacking the mailman, I already having to go mama bear at school for Charlie. It's been a day and I'm tired. It doesn't help that my youngest got me up at 5 o'clock this morning when I had an alarm set for 5:30. I made a big breakfast for Charlie. It was gonna be great. First day at a new school, 8th grade, big deal. My youngest woke me up at 5. First red flag of the day. So then got Charlie to school. I thought it was gonna be a great day. Went to work, got swamped at work, and then came home, had to deal with some things when I got home, went and picked up Charlie, who had a terrible day because kids are mean. And a kid that went to their previous school decided to out Charlie today and tell everybody that Charlie was trans, when all Charlie wanted to do was be Charlie. So they had to deal with a lot of kind of snickering and comments and questions and just nothing they really wanted to deal with. They just wanted to be Charlie for a little while, which I can't blame them for. And that was taken away from them by kids who don't get it, by kids who are ignorant. And so I had already had to email the assistant principal to the middle school and explain what was going on. Luckily, they're all very accommodating. They're going to keep an eye on it. The assistant principal wants Charlie to come talk to them tomorrow about kind of who the kid is that did it, and is going to monitor some things, and then offered up the nurse's bathroom for Charlie instead of having to go to like the girls' or the boys' bathroom. So we're getting there. It's going to be a process. I knew it was going to be a process, and I've told Charlie all along, like, kids are mean, kids are cruel, people are harsh in this world, and it is unfair and it is unkind. But for somebody to choose to say this kid is trans when that kid was not ready to say, hey, I'm trans, it's unacceptable. And I told Charlie, I've always warned them that the world is cruel to people like them, and I try my best to set them up for success, and I try my best to teach them coping strategies, and I try my best to do what I can for them in that regard to understanding that the world is cruel. But I know that I have to stand up for them too, and so I was not about to let that fly. I don't care if it's the first day of school, the last day of school, finals week. I really don't care. So yeah, I was that mom, and I emailed the assistant principal. And so yeah, things are hopefully looking up. I will say I'm already having more communication with this school than I did their last one, so I'm assuming that's a winner. So yeah, on top of that, like, I dealt with that, and then at work today, not one, but 2 people asked me if I was pregnant today. Who raised you? Like, who asks that? I am already a self-conscious individual, and to have 2 people ask me today if I was pregnant, that's rude. You don't ask people that. Now I'm like, well, I'm never wearing this dress again because apparently it makes me look pregnant. I don't know. Should I walk around with a sign on my chest that says, don't ask me if I'm pregnant, my husband had a vasectomy? Like, is that appropriate? Can I do that? Like, who? I would never ask a woman if she was pregnant. That's information you wait for someone to tell you. But no, 2 people today asked me if I was pregnant. Who raised you? Who taught you that that was okay? Man, it doesn't help. It doesn't help, doesn't help, doesn't help. That time of the month is on the horizon. I mean, I see it. I see it coming. It's right there. I see it. My monthly visitor, just right there. So it doesn't help with bloating. I am fatigued. I have headaches. I am overly anxious. I am in my head. I am hormonal. So it really doesn't help when you ask me if I'm pregnant, when I'm already not feeling too great about myself. Give me a break. Give me a break. So I'm gonna call it a day here. I'm gonna go into my bathroom. I'm gonna do my nightly routine. I'm gonna wash the gunk off my face. I'm gonna brush my teeth. I'm gonna floss my teeth. I'm gonna mouthwash. And I think I'm gonna do 5 minutes of whitening on my teeth. And then I'm gonna sit in that little chair right there, and I'm gonna read Divine Rivals, because, update for you, I do have a reading update for you. I have finished When Women Were Dragons, and this is a 5-star read. This book is smart, it's funny, it's witty, it's feminist, bring it on. It's really well written. She is a beautiful writer. I mean, some of the lines in this, I'm just like, dang, girl. But it's really good. It's an interesting look at the structure of the world even today. Like, of course, this is like 1955 and times were very different, but it is really astounding that like men back in that day were like, women need to be home, they need to be doing laundry, they need to be making dinner, and how many women like just succumbed to that and said, this is my life now. And how even now you have men that say that. It's like, I don't understand. And so this was a really good look at how women can change the world. The whole theme of this book is women have magic. And they do. We have magic. We have magic. And it's about time people start to notice that. But it is really, really good. I mean, it's hard to explain. If you're interested in hearing about dragons that wear purses and put lipstick on, that's the book for you. Obviously, there's more to it than that. There's a lot of like women empowerment. There's women standing up for themselves. It's great. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's 5 stars. Beautiful writing, beautiful story, such a dynamic story, such a interesting story. And the moments when you feel sad for Alex in this, it's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking, but it is also uplifting, and it makes me happy to be a woman, and makes me say, roar, things need to change because things are still rough in our world today. And I'm one step closer to my dragon riding license for the Magical Readathon, so yay for me. So I've done this, and I watched How to Train Your Dragon, and now I have to read Fourth Wing, which I will be doing in the next couple weeks. It's on my list. It's on my list. It's on my list. They're all on my list. That's all I really have for you. I finished When Women Were Dragons, and it was wonderful, and everybody should read it. Every woman should read it. Every man should read it. Just read it. Just read it. Here, I'd throw it at you, but I don't want to mess up my book more than it's already messed up because it got wet. You know? Like, what? I get so mad. I'm so mad. Oh well. Alright, I'm gonna do my routine. I'm gonna read a little bit. I'm gonna pretend this day didn't happen, and I'm gonna start fresh tomorrow. We all are gonna start fresh tomorrow. It's a new day. Wash this day away. I'm gonna meditate a little bit. I'm gonna sit in peace for a little bit, and we're just gonna hope that tomorrow is better and that my kid does not get in my car almost crying because a kid ruined her day just out of spite. A kid that they have done nothing to has just decided they don't like Charlie and have decided that they're just gonna try to ruin their life. And I'm not gonna put up with it. I'm not gonna put up with it. My kid does not deserve to have their life ruined because your thought process, or you just feel like being mean, or you don't agree with them. I don't care. I am Mama Bear. And if you don't behave yourself, you're gonna hear me roar. It's gonna be a good day tomorrow. I am manifesting it. I am putting it out in the universe. It's gonna be a good day tomorrow. Good night, friends. I hope you had a wonderful day, and I will, check in with you tomorrow. Bye.
2 a.m. in the car playing our favorite song. Turn it up, windows down, we sing along.
Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Wednesday. So I am obviously currently in my car. I'm leaving work early because since Cadence didn't start school this week, Justin is watching her until, keeping her company until I can get home, and then he's gonna go to sleep. So I'm headed home. I'm gonna go and work from home and hang out with my kid and do all that stuff before I go get Charlie later. And then tonight is the final show at the Muni. So I'm excited. We're seeing Sister Act. Maybe I'll listen to the music on the way home, see if I can get used to it, because I've never seen the show. Any which way, I wanted to give you a reading update. I am still reading Divine Rivals. And this book is amazing. I am now a little over 30% into it. And I don't know why I don't read on my Kindle more often, because I feel like I read a lot faster on my Kindle. And I think it's because I'm not paying attention to what page I'm on. I'm not paying attention to page count. I'm just going, you know, and I just read a lot faster. So I don't know why I don't read on this thing more often, but I really, really should. This has prompted me to read. And I also don't know why I haven't read Rebecca Ross before. I promise, Rebecca, I will get you on my September TBR. I will read another one of your books. I have A River Enchanted on my TBR. I'll read it in September because this book is beautifully written, guys. So it's following Iris and Roman, and Iris and Roman are basically like, they're competing for a columnist job at their Gazette, basically. And they're rivals. They don't like each other. But mysteriously and magically, there is a war going on between two gods, and humans are fighting for one god or the other. And there's magic in the air, there's magic in the world. It's just not obvious, you know? And so Roman and Iris end up unknowingly exchanging letters. So Iris has been typing up and writing letters to her brother, who is fighting in the war, and just kind of hid them under her wardrobe. Like, she said that she was hoping they were getting sent to him, but he never responded, things of that nature. And so one day she gets a response underneath her wardrobe, and it says, "I'm not Forrest." So she discovers that all of these things she's been writing have been going to this random person who she has absolutely no idea who it is. Turns out it's Roman, her adversary. So it's been very interesting, and it, like I said, it is beautifully written. I don't normally like highlight anything in my Kindle, but I'm actually highlighting lines that I like a lot. It's just beautiful. So like I said, I had a fairy godmother gift this to me. So to my fairy godmother, I certainly appreciate this, and I certainly appreciate you, because this is a really good book, and I am really happy. So yeah, I'm gonna get home, and I'm probably gonna keep reading while I work when I get a chance to. I would really like to put a very large dent in this today, a bigger dent in this today. That way, maybe I'll finish it tomorrow, and then I'm gonna publish this vlog on Friday. So here's hoping that, you know, things work out like I want them to. I have to pick up Charlie later today, and we'll see how day number 2 went. Hopefully it went better than day number 1. We all kind of agreed that this morning that we were gonna take some deep breaths and have a good day on purpose and all of that stuff. Here's hoping. We'll see what happens. I will definitely keep you guys all updated. All right, I'm gonna head home, and then I will catch up with you guys in a bit. Bye.
Night has just begun. The moon is bright, let's have some fun. Oh, this is everything with you right next to me. So alive, and tonight I'm thinking that I don't wanna go.
Bye. Reese's. There she is.
You're so cute. That's where we're waiting for Charlie.
Yeah, we're waiting for Charlie. Decided to bring the puppy dog. And sticker nose.
Oh, bubble, bubble. Oh, bubble. Oh, bubble. Where are you focusing?
Mom's focusing.
I don't wanna go. Oh, this is everything with you right next to me. So and tonight I'm thinking that I don't wanna go. This is everything.